the roundtable. On this program, we discuss topical issues, eating up the polity, and trending topics that Nigerians do want to talk about in the Nigerian society. My name is Shegun Odunwayo, and I am not alone on the show. I have two wonderful analysts with me to my right and to my left, respectively. To my right, I have Daniel Anyotoye. A very good afternoon to you, Daniel.
Good afternoon, Sherry. Thanks
You are
for
looking
having me.
sweet.
Of course, and you too, you're not looking
Yeah.
bad. Thank you.
To my right, I have Amit Fateh, who is in the studio despite the many things that is currently going through at the moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for putting the show and our viewers first.
A very happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, very quickly, we go into the topics that we would like to unleash to you, our viewers. And the very first is Tinubu and his certificate brouhaha. Of course, if you are not new in this country, you will know that there has been a lot of controversies as regards the certificate of the president of Nigeria, the man who came second in the election in February. I'm talking about another person, but Waziri Atiku Abubakar took him to court, not just here in Nigeria, but in foreign lands, over there in the university, where the controversies kept unveiling itself, and it looks like it is not ending anytime soon. I think I should begin with Daniel. At this stage, we are now at the level of what was said in court by the registrar. After that came about, people wanted to know, did he attend CSU? Chicago State University, did he not attend CSU? Is he male? Is he not female? What is the SSN number? A lot of controversies. What do you think about the entire affair?
Yeah, I think first the application of the presidential candidates of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has seen the light of the day. With, of course, the application was just to secure, to find out if the president actually attended the University of Chicago, of course,
No,
and Chicago State University, yes. And it's believed that that has been established, that he attended the university. And of course, but from all indications, for all what we have seen, that the issues of the discrepancies with the certificates is another thing, which of course is one of the reasons why I believe that the president was saying initially that that should be delayed because of some of the challenges he knows that, of course, will come out from it.
All right, let's break it down now. Amit, let's break it down. Okay, so it was, did he graduate from Chicago State University? And then, yes, he graduated. Before then, it was, hide my details. I don't want it out in the public. And then the judge said, no, it is a matter of importance there in Nigeria. And then they have, talking about the article camp up until today, the 5th of October, to file their case there at the Supreme Court. So that was on earth. And then we now moved into the certificate that was submitted. Was it given to him by CSU? CSU said they didn't give it to him, and that they allow third parties issue certificates to students who have lost them. Of course, you went to a campus, you went to a university, you know that once you lose your certificate as a person, I mean, I think this is general, they won't issue, nobody issues another certificate to you. All you get is a transcript. Now, where are we on this issue of, in quote, forgery and third party issues?
Yeah, I've read various statements of different people, I mean, internationally, nationally, and people have very contrasting opinions on the discourse. And without being biased or without being sentimental, you'd have to understand that the rules differs from what we have here in Nigeria and what we have there in the United States. I read a portion of a piece written by someone today, and the person stated that one of the reasons why we are so invested in this issue is because over here in Nigeria, we follow the British system, whereby the American system is an entirely opposite of. So we take values to results, what's it called, certificates over here, because we are a blueprint of the British. But in the US, I mean, when I heard that a third party, a vendor can just print a certificate for you, I was surprised. I mean, because this is not what I've grown up to understand.
Exactly.
So it is completely different from what I knew while growing up as a person. So you have to really sit down and look back at all of these things. However, from the angle of, what's it called, a Nigerian again, I do not see a reason why the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, will go ahead to, what's it called, to give a certificate that has a lot of issues submitted to INEC. This might not have been the fight that Atiku's camp was fighting with him before this result came out. However, the results came out and we are seeing a lot of revealing issues from what happened. I mean, what could have cost him to go to the school directly? Being a student, I mean, someone who graduated with honors. It's just like, you graduating with about 12 distinction as a dentistry student, you are going to be celebrated. So you are a fantastic student who graduated with first class, quote and unquote, and you are still going ahead to go. Why not? I mean, with someone of his repute,
I think
influential as he is.
The registrar was saying they do not issue more than one certificate.
But then they did issue more than one certificate, but it was a certificate that they issued again out when this issue of the court came in.
Yeah. So that is.
So someone came to say that probably because of the timing at which he needed to submit the results to INEC was the reason why, was the reason why he had to go and do the vendor thing and not go through the,
This matter has been on ground since 1999.
That's what I'm saying now, in essence, that again, when we first had this discourse over Tinubu's certificate, I made a statement. I said, see, except we want to continue deceiving ourselves. This is someone who had served as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria before. This is someone who has started as a state governor before. Not even an ordinary state. He served in Africa's, largest economy, if I'm not wrong.
What are you saying exactly?
Then served 2 times. What I'm saying in essence is that it is a dead end for the articles camp. However, if I was Tinubu, right, I probably would have resigned this morning or yesterday, because for me to be the president of Africa's largest economy, and with a lot of controversies surrounding me, surrounding my education, my age, my gender, even if they say it is typographical error, if they say it is clerical error, these are important and sacrosanct issues that affect national listen. This is, I would say, it is almost a shame on Nigeria as a country if our president is intertwined with
this heavy controversy. Very quickly to Daniel, still on. Thank you very much. I mean, still on this topic. The school he was in before he moved to Chicago State University. F, female, indicating female.
Gender.
Yes, Richard. I think it's the Southwest
College.
Southwest College. Yeah, Southwest College. Said it was female, and that was also controversial. Of course, a lot of affidavits have been flying everywhere, but now Chicago State University, the admission letter that was seen shows that they addressed a certain Mr. Tinubu. So let's put Chicago State aside. But for Southwest College and the SSN number, which has been said by many to belong to a female, that is also very controversial, because to put in to know who truly owned the SSN number, you have to pay, I think it's $50, I guess. Now, the controversy with Southwestern College, coupled with the certificate controversy, coupled with the drug issue controversy, is our president too controversial a person?
Well, let me start from that aspect where my colleague said the president should resign. I would not support that. That way we'll come back to that. Yes, I wouldn't support that. Yes, like you said, he's the president.
He said if he was the president.
If he was the president, he resigned. It's not for me. I don't think that should be the best option right now. Of course, you have already said it that what is obtained here is different from what is obtained in the United States. So, president resigning is not I don't support that. Then, the aspect where you mentioned that if he's that, of course, controversial. Yes, we have seen in recent time a lot of controversies surrounding his persons and all that. Now, with this, having the female gender, I'm not here, I'm not the spokesperson that will say, okay, this is the reason why they had female gender and all that. But, of course, we know there are sometimes errors when you
Are you saying that was an error?
It's possible. Because
what about the SSA number that they said belongs to a female?
I said there's a possibility. Of course, from what the Southwest
With the
College...
certificate, there's a possibility. With the age, there's a with the gender, there's a possibility. And the drug controversy as well.
Yes. There's a possibility there's an error, and at the same time, there's a possibility that, okay, maybe it's forgery and whatever. But the court will decide that. We are not here to decide that what's actually happened. But, of course, how controversial the whole issue is, oppositions are already saying it's forgery, it's this or it's that. But as well as, even from the issue where they mentioned the aspect of his college, where the Lagos State aspect, where he attended government college in Lagos State, the establishment of the state, the school, the thing within
years after the.
So
he
it's
attended the school before the school.
Yes, a lot of controversies around that. But whatever this may be, I know the courts in the U.S. and that of the Supreme Court will have the final verdict.
Now, lastly, on this matter, before we overflow it, there is the story of, does the Supreme Court accept new evidence? Certain lawyers have had various opinions about this particular subject matter. The Supreme Court does not accept new evidence, except evidence, stuff that have been brought from the appeal, for this case now, the tribunal, they don't do, there's no need, you can't bring any new stuff, you should have argued that in the lower court before coming to the apex court. I know you are not a lawyer, but from your journalism, journalism knowledge, does the Supreme Court accept new evidence?
We have to talk about the law here. It is not my fault to analyze laws. However, I would pick from what the CJN said yesterday, Ariwola. It said that judgments are from the Constitution and not from public opinion.
True.
Do you understand?
True.
So we have to put sentiment aside if we want to look at this thing holistically. If the Nigeria's law is stating that the Supreme Court must not take new evidences in any case, you understand, then the Supreme Court should take its position and not take any new evidences like the one article just obtained from CSU. However, if there is even a tiny option for us to have this document standard, then the Supreme Court should take it. Why? Because it's a matter of national interest. This is something that concerns the lives of Nigerians for the next 4 years on who is going to be ruling us. Do you understand? So I think the Supreme Court, if now it's a conditional statement, if they have that luxury to take that new evidence that's going to be submitted by the articles team today. I think today is the deadline.
Yeah, 5th.
Yes, 5th.
Yeah,
Today is 5th.
Yeah.
Today is deadline.
Yeah.
So if the Supreme Court can take in that piece of evidence, I think it will go a long way in also establishing a lot of facts. You understand? There has been a lot of back and forth over time concerning these issues. From 1999 till now, that's about 24 years of different issues. And that's another reason why I said that I do not think the president, if I was him, I would have resigned because he had time. This is an issue that has been on since 1999. He is influential, he is wealthy, he is rich, he is big enough to be able to have cleared all these controversies around him. And someone said maybe he's trying to even do PR with it. He wants his name to be in the mouth of everybody. It's a political, strategy to win an election, which is even possible. Look at the man. The man is, 24 years was enough for him to have cleared his name out of all this mess, to have stated out the facts clearly and let us move on. But he didn't do it, probably because he knew he was going to use it in the future. That was someone's argument. So this is a lot of things. And I think that the Supreme Court should really take the evidences and let us see, the arguments of the lawyers on that. And I mean, and see. And if it is constitutional for them not to take it, then please let's go ahead.
All right. You know what is funny is you look at this matter and you just wonder what exactly is going on. Nigeria already, we are in a lot of economic mess right now. Several things are happening at the same time, and then we equally have the issue of the president's legitimacy, because as long as the Supreme Court has not certified him, the case isn't over yet. Man, oh my goodness, from one issue to the other. Let's now very quickly move down to the federal government and labor and the strikes that never hold. We came into this new week a little confused.
Yes.
Confused because on Monday we knew it was a public holiday, but for Tuesday we were not too sure what was going to be the outcome of the meeting between the labor and the federal government. And as at Monday night, it was even still not confirmed, because they even held meetings into the night. Many persons, especially people who are not essential workers and who must hit the road, didn't know if they were going to be resuming at work or if they were going to be hearing that a strike action was going to commence the next day. Eventually, Mr. Ajero, leader of the NLC, and the federal government had a pact that included 25,000 naira payment. At first, it was to low-level workers, but I think that was thrown into the trash can, and eventually they said it was going to be inclusive of everybody. Remember that a trader money look-alike deal coming from the humanitarian minister is also coming up at this time. Now, very quickly to the issues on ground. Labour and the federal government are always at each other's throats. But it looks like these strikes, we thought we were going to shut down the country on Tuesday. And then there was no shutting down of the country. Subsidy issue is still on. Salaries for many persons for about, since May till now has not changed. Yet payments, alerts coming in are reducing, debits are increasing. Now Labour said we are relaxing, we are postponing for another 30 days. What is going on?
Shegun, it is so sad that we are in this state in Nigeria at the moment. The labor in Nigeria is a failure.
Is that not too heavy?
NLC in Nigeria is a failure at the moment.
Why did you make such statement?
You see, we cannot be in a situation whereby the country is in confusion and some people will be somewhere striking deals with our destinies. See, a deal was struck with the federal government about a week after President Tinubu emerged as president of Nigeria, if you could remember. They also threatened to go on a nationwide strike at the time, and they made a resolution that led to the suspension of the strike. Another strike was to happen, which was this last Tuesday. It was meant to be an indefinite strike that would cut across all stratas in Nigeria's economy. I mean, on Saturday, we saw releases, or on Friday, we saw releases from almost all labor unions in Nigeria. What's it called? The NUPENG, the pension. Everybody had a letter effecting that on Tuesday the country goes on standstill. Goes to standstill rather. However, in the dead of the night, Yorubas will say, "Oh, Rulomo Yoshika," they connived together. I mean, it is the dead of the night that humans do evils.
Okay.
And in the dead of the night, they in their hanky-panky manners, they struck a deal with the federal government that has led again to the postponement of the strike. See, the federal government will not take labor serious. That is why I said earlier that labor is a failure. If labor unions in Nigeria has not taken a strong position, taking a cogent position that would really affect the the order of things. I said it the last time that sometimes we need chaos to be able to have balance. Let there be chaos. Let us put the country on a standstill. Let the federal government feel the intensity of what we are demanding. Let in the next 1 week, let there be standstill. The planes that are going in and out, let it be, on standstill. Nobody moves anywhere. Nobody can even move from Lagos to Ibadan, as small as it is. Nobody should be able to go anywhere. Let everybody be at home. Let the banks be closed.
But that won't be possible. The labor don't control.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That this is. I'm just trying to give an example of chaos in essence. Let there be chaos.
Why do you want chaos?
If you've gone to countries who are now today developed, you would see that a sprinkle of chaos was what gave them balance.
But I think we've had our sprinkle of chaos.
I mean, in this current climate, the civilian rule has been taking the civilian rule. They have been taking us as fools and as idiots. That is why we have continued to have a downturn in our country's economy. And if they do not see us as persons who are serious, they wouldn't give us what is ours.
Very quickly, let's move to you now, Daniel Anyotoye. Labour, FG, and the strikes that never hold. I mean, he said they went to strike a deal in the middle of the night. A lot of persons have had divergent opinions about the deal. Some said it was fantastic. At least we managed 25,000. Some said, what's that nonsense, like him? What side of the divide do you stand?
Yeah, I think, very funny. I think it is wrong to say that Labour has failed. One of the things that the Labour is meant to do for the sake of the workers is to meet an agreement with the federal government for the interest of the workers. And of course...
And that includes dialogue.
Yes, they must dialogue. And for what we are going on in this country now, I think strike and chaos and problem and all whatever with all what we have now is the least that we should expect. It's the least thing we need as a country. We don't need any chaos anywhere. We don't need any crisis because we want to make... Definitely, the Labour, they had a meeting. Don't forget that it's this same Labour that started all this pressure before they had this. Yes, before they had this agreement. So for me, I've seen a lot of divergent opinion about what should be done by Labour. I think it is seriously those who are blaming the Labour for calling off the strike. They are just being myopic. They are just being myopic and they are unreasonable. So? Yes, because the reality is that we have gone through a lot. This present dispensation with what we have currently, people are suffering, people are hungry, and you say these people, at the end of the day, the strike will not pay anybody. Ask the common man out there.
That is the more reason why everywhere should be shut down?
No. Ask the common man that you want us to go on strike. Ask your Okada rider. Ask the man and the woman that is feeding on daily basis, feeding on daily income. Ask them, do you want us to go on strike? I can say go on strike because I know I'm a journalist. I can easily go work with my organization. I will still be paid even in the midst of the strike. But the man that is riding Okada out there, I would not say the same thing. Because if he goes on strike, he will be at home. Some of them, they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children at home that they have to cater for daily.
And you don't think the strike is one of the 3 C's of the struggle?
The threat of the strike is enough. The threat has been there that they will go on strike. And they went on a meeting, had an agreement with the federal government, and they decided to suspend the strike for 1 month.
Do you think if they had gone on strike and they had shut down the country, they would have come out with a better deal with the federal government?
No.
Okay.
The discussion that they've had, the agreement they have had now, within that 1 month, is for the federal government to see how the implementation process will be done. It's a discussion. This is what we want to do. This is what we want. The Labour is saying, federal government do this for us. And the federal government is saying, okay, this is how we are going to do it so that we're able to meet your demand. Of course, you can see that the president is not even sitting. He's not sleeping.
Don't 5 months is enough for the president not to truly not sleep? 5 months, does that not show somebody sleeping somewhere?
If 2 elephants fight, it's the grass that will suffer. So you can't say because you want to help the people, at the same time put the people in serious suffering more than this. So I think for the best thing for us, the 1 month that the Labour have given, they have done well, but at least at a point, reaching an agreement with the federal government. That's what, in fact, I'm happy that they called off the strike. They reach an agreement with the federal government. Okay, federal government, we are going to give 1 month for you to carry out the process of the implementation of this agreement. And of course, 25, even the 25,000 added to the salary of the workers is also part of these things that we are talking about. So it's to also alleviate. Don't forget where we are coming from. We should not forget where we are coming from, the Buharinomic. Don't let us forget and just begin to.
And you don't think we are heading back?
We are not. We are not heading back. Let's force. I am just appealing to the president that he should please anything that needs to be done to keep the economy okay, and also ensure that the workers and Nigerians, I'm more concerned about the common man. The common man is okay.
But we have been appealing for 5 months.
We will still continue. We have
been appealing for 5 months.
We will still continue to appeal. And
till when do we want to continue appealing?
Until we get the results. If we shut down the country,
let the country be on standstill for a week, and you will see that the government will take proactive.
And some people will still die for that 1 week on standstill.
My brother, in 1993, it was 4 teenagers that hijacked an aircraft, demanding. What's it called? The mandate of Abiola to be restored. These were our heroes. These were the struggles of our heroes past. It was some people that have laid down their lives for the freedom that we enjoy today. If we do not take necessary action today, proactive measure to ensure that we stand against the government to give us what is right, because this thing is not even a privilege; it is our right.
See, it's like sorry, please. It's like calling. It's like those that are calling for wars. Those that are calling for wars have not experienced wars.
Yeah, I get both points. I get both points. You know, the interesting thing is both persons want a better Nigeria. It's just that the approach is different. This man is saying we should strike the iron when it's hot. This man is saying kulu temper, like we say in local parlance. But if you ask me, 5 months. We have a bloated ministerial ministerial group of persons.
Senators sharing money.
Three new senators
making 48 altogether.
The Senate screened them successfully yesterday. 3 extra persons. That means we'll be fueling SUVs for the Minister of Youth. The lady, the Dr. Jamila, am I getting her name correctly, from Kwara State? The Ayola Wande, the Minister of State for Youth, will also be fueling his cars. Remember that yesterday, the first thing he did yesterday was to pay a visit to another minister from Ondo State, the performing, I think we can call him the performing Minister of Interior, Mr. Olubunmi Tunjojo, BTO. You know, so he was already in a convoy. Monies, you know how much they are buying diesel now, you know how much petrol is selling for, and these convoys are not reducing, they are increasing. At the same time, I also agree with you. You know, while I support this because we can also not cause chaos. What will happen to Yaruka's children? What will happen to Babagbote Miss kids? What will happen to Rashidat and Rashidi? What will they eat? Because she sells popcorn on the streets.
Shegun.
I think I get
these
both
people
points.
has been suffering. They suffered
But they are living.
For a week or
They have been suffering, but they are
will
living.
not kill them.
All right, I think we should quickly leave now.
You want to kill them first?
Like we have a lot of court cases now on the menu this day, because yesterday, still discussing the case of Mohbad's death. Ilerioluwa Aloba, Promise Ilerioluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. Remember that on the 12th of September, he died in controversial circumstances, and his ex-label boss, Afeez Fashola, popularly known as Naira Marley, and a certain Samson Eletu, they say they call him Sammy Larry. And yesterday, remember that just a few days after, a few days in between both persons' arrival, Naira Marley and Sammy Larry respectively, they came to the country. They said they are assisting the police in getting justice. They were arraigned in court yesterday so that they can be kept beyond necessary Of course, you know that you can't really keep anybody after a couple of days. So now they have 21 days to be kept, and for them to assist the police in getting, in knowing the true state of things. Also, somebody yesterday was declared wanted by the police, and if you do find him, you get a 1 million naira as
he has turned himself in.
He has actually now turned himself in today, 24 hours after. Quickly, still on the issue of Mohbad, the Nigerian police look like they are doing the right thing. Sammy Larry and Naira Marley, both abroad, are back in the country. They've taken them to court, and now it looks like the coroner inquest was also last week. The next case is going to be on the 13th of October. Very quick one now, Amit Fatih. Are we in the right direction?
Yeah, I strongly think we're in the right direction in that case. And I want to, again, appeal to Nigerians that we should allow the police to investigate the matter and get to the end of it, because we are not them. We do not have the opportunity to have the information that is with them. I was speaking to the Lagos State Police PR a couple of days back, and on the case, Benjamin Undeyin, and Benjamin told me that, Amit, we cannot give out certain information that when they have what they can give to the public, that they will be able to give to the public at the time. So it means that the officials has information that is beyond me, that is beyond every other person out there. So what we should do at this point, I'm not even sure the committee members that they inaugurated, some of them who are probably ordinary civilians, do not even have knowledge of certain things that is ongoing in the case. So let us, nobody would have expected that Prime Boy, who was declared wanted, would be declared wanted when they did yesterday. So it means that there are new revelations coming up with the investigation, and obviously with the number of persons that is on ground that is assisting them with investigation, they're able to get somewhere. So let us relax and trust the police enough to be able to give justice to him, and let us just do justice.
You had divergent views as regarding what Amit has said all through today. Are you still remaining on the same lane?
I hope you are not taking me as an opposition.
No. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I don't have divergent opinion on this. Of course, the police, we need to give them time. It's very important. From all indications, they are doing the right thing. It's good they had to go to the courts because, of course, if you don't do that, it might be another case detaining them more than the time that they are supposed to be detained. Also, we saw recently about the case of the Tupac, where after 27 years, the police just made an arrest. If you look at the way Nigeria, if the case is to go by the way Nigerians want it, where, of course, a lot of Nigerians are eager that, okay, Naira Marley is back, Sam Larry is back, take them, arrest them, kill them, firing squad, things like that. But it doesn't. It doesn't.
In the court of social media,
they have lost in the court of social media. So
in the court of law,
the due process has to be followed. So I think it's a good one that the police, they are on this, and they are, from what we can see, all indications, they are doing a good job, and let's expect.
They took them to court yesterday without much. It was done very fast. Even the video that leaked was probably from somebody working in that area. Don't you think the media should have been?
No. Of course, with the situation we have on ground, the way they went with the process, it's good, it's seamless, and they don't really need to call the media because, of course, the situation. If they have mob issues could arise in the course of calling the media, telling everybody we're going to court and all that. It would be a different thing. You understand? Even the way the arrest was made, it was a good one. Both of them came at the time nobody was expecting. They came silently and they were arrested. And good, they presented themselves, and I think we are heading somewhere.
All right. By 3 p.m. today, Waziri Atiku Abubakar, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party at the recently concluded election. February to now is no more recently. At the last election, I don't think that's recently anymore. At the last election, says he's going to be addressing a world press conference. Of course, you know that for months after the election, the case had been in court. At first, they were in court. They were in the tribunal here in Nigeria. They are, of course, trying to apply to the Supreme Court as well now. And cases outside of the country as well in the United States. So it's going to be addressing a world press conference. We are going to be trying our very possible best to bring that to you. You know, if we can get it, and if we definitely want to get this and put it out there for you to watch, we will definitely do our very best to ensure we get it to you. It's going to be happening by 3 p.m. and like I said earlier, if we can get that across to you, we'll be coming to you live by 3 p.m., which is only in a couple of minutes. Therefore, we would like to thank you very much for being a part of this show. Like I do always say, we are only here because you are there. And if we have no viewers, we have no need being in this studio explaining the issues that are disturbing the polity right there and analyzing. Thank you very much for being a part of this. Thank you very much, Amit Fateh, who despite all odds is in the studio this afternoon. I think only a couple of persons understand what we are talking about. To my man in suit.
Thank you,
suit,
brother.
not coat. This is a fantastic suit.
Thank you, nice meeting
you. Thank you very much to the guys that have been pressing the right buttons. To Mr. Olalekon Dada, thank you very much for pressing the right buttons, Mr. Olabode Olalekon. I could hear the voice of Mr. Joshua as well. Mr. Joshua, thank you very much for being a part of this. They're pressing the right buttons for us. Yes, Mr. Olalekon Adetunji. We have two Mr. Olalekons in the house, Mr. Olalekon Labode and Mr. Olalekon Adetunji. Moving from one camera to the other and ensuring that Ahmed Fateh is looking wonderful with the right angles. Thank you very much for being a part of this. My name is Shegun Odunayo, saying have yourselves a fantastic and blessed Thursday. Bye for now.